What's up, YouTube? What's up, Lockets? We are here today with the Girlset Tweak performance video to analyze the choreography. I was planning on waiting till they dropped a dance practice, but it doesn't look like they're going to do that at that point. So we'll just get what we can get from the performance video, and I'm sure we'll still get plenty to analyze, and I can tell this is about to slay. This starting position, Kendall in this green jacket, she looks fierce. I think she's coming for my bias spot, guys. But yeah. Oh, we're like 3 seconds in. Anyway, let's check it out.
I can pop up on you, baby, you decide. No matter what
and then the green eyeshadow too.
I tend to play cool, but here's a newer side. You bring it out of me, so what's it about to be? You play.
Ooh, love the back bend.
You must be out of your mind.
And I love her set too. The facials, the eye rolls, so good. That part is so good. They have such good control.
I'll heat up. I ain't playing no games, no games. Keep playing with my mental.
That part is so good. The isolations. So fierce. The facials, the expression. Ooh, this is so satisfying. Oh, that whip around. Ooh, that part always hits. That's what those knee pads are for. Period. That was fire. That's an awesome choreography. They're all great dancers. Lexi always tends to stand out to me the most in dance, but in this video, like, it's not a big gap between her and the rest of them. Like, they all really, really slayed this. And I love this style of choreo on them. They're just really great at so many different technical things. All of the isolations were amazing. Their timing, perfect on everything. And I like the styling of this like kind of sporty look. We got the greens and then we got the oranges. But they all have very different like styles in their looks, but it still all goes like very much with their personality. And then it also makes those knee pads fit in seamlessly with the style, because you're not getting that drop to the knees on this concrete without breaking your kneecaps if you don't have any knee pads. So I think the styling was great. Like I said, the green obviously are my favorite, but like still this bodysuit with the hip cutouts, and then the sports bra look with the chain necklace, the studded belt, they all look fierce. But yeah, let's get in deeper to this choreography. Performance video shot pretty well, that we get a pretty good view of most of it, even without like a wide angle full focus lens. So I'm pretty happy with it. We should be able to get some pretty good analysis going on here. And then I like this little moment, and then Kendall's just this position, like that hip is fully popped, the legs are fully extended. But she keeps this shoulder angle flat. It's easy when you're in a position like that to let the shoulders like tilt like that, but it ends up looking weird. So she's just angled perfectly, and she just looks super fierce right there while she waits to come in, and they have this little like girl talk moment.
I can pop a
And then she gets that dramatic turn. It slays.
I can pop off on you, baby, you decide. No matter what I do, I can't keep you in line. No, baby, you decide.
But they have a really good mix of like these slower, exaggerated moments. And then see that eyeshadow is so nice. Like a little bit smoky, but you still got that eyeliner bold enough, and then matches the green. But they have this good mix of these slower, like very exaggerated movements, and then they'll hit something really, really hard. Like, ooh, like that hip hop. It's quick, it's sharp. She sits all the way into it immediately.
I can't keep you in line. No.
And then again, like something a little bit more subtle with that head nod.
Play cool, but here's a newer side. You bring it out of me. So what's it about to be? You play
This
innocent
love.
me. So what's it about to be?
And this part, great synchronization here. Like great use of all of this space around them. I mean, already from the beginning. They are making big silhouettes and big shapes throughout this choreo. Synchronization on point. And then, ooh, that lean back. Exactly. And this takes a lot of core control. This is all abs holding themselves there. And then especially while also singing, like that core control has to be on point. And then they roll right out of it.
Dangerous. You must be out of your mind.
And then playing with the levels here and changing formation at the same time. Just very seamless formation change there.
So this time I'm taking back the reins. Won't apologize. I've been so fed up all week.
And then this part is just so satisfying, like those hip pops right exactly on that beat. Just that very quick tempo change that's reflected in the movements. And like having them come down and then back up, like right when that tempo change happens, it goes very well with it. Like it feels like we're intentionally like switching up. We come down, all right, personality switch, movement style switch. And then the hands moving on a different tempo than the hips. It's just like very satisfying because it emphasizes that beat extra. And it makes it feel like the music is moving them. Like with this tempo change, each movement gets so sharp. Like it feels like it's the music that's like moving them in this very quick, almost like robotic type of way, just because of how like staccato that beat is. And like what always stands out to me about Lexi, as opposed to everyone else, what really makes her shine as a dancer is her fluidity. She just has like such good range of motion in her body and very little body tension, except for like when necessary, obviously. But she just moves so freely, and her movements are all big. But yeah, I mean, love that there. Like the two direction changes, using those arms up and down, using up all those angles, all that space around them. And then after that pre-chorus finishes out and we head into the chorus, we're back into that kind of flowier style of movement, but with sharp accents. So you got this sharp accent, and then really get into that range of motion with the chest. Like I said, that's where Lexi shines. You can't see her too well right here, though. but like they really pop that chest out, bring those shoulders back, live in this moment for a second. And you can see here, Kendall has really flexible shoulders. Like look how far her shoulder is behind her ear, as opposed to like Camila and Sav. Their shoulders a lot closer to the ear. Kendall can get those arms way back. And then this, like the hip circles as they come down, the knees also moving in and out. And I've talked about this before, like those movements where you're like kind of changing the weight on the ankles to bring those knees in and out. Even when you're just staying on one level, that takes a lot of control through the hips and through the quads. And they're like difficult positions to move through. To also be doing that while steadily lowering towards the ground, that is so much quad work. Like those thigh muscles are on fire for them here, and they move down all at the same pace. Like when you do a squat, from squatting to the top to parallel, like that's the easiest part, right? But then as you come from parallel all the way to the ground, that's where you really feel it in your quads. So naturally the tendency is you'd want to like make the easier part slower and then just get right through that bottom part as fast as you can. But they take their time throughout even the difficult positions. And then they bring it right back up. And then bring it right back up. So going from those slow, like very eccentric contractions, eccentric being when you're going along with gravity but fighting to make it slower. So as we're doing that slow squat down, and then that concentric contraction, which is that upwards motion where you're going back against gravity. Eccentric motions are where it's harder to go slower. Concentric motions are where it's harder to go faster, essentially, working with gravity versus working against it. But basically, they're doing that squat in like the hardest way you possibly could. Slow down and quick up. So like by the time they get down to that bottom, like their legs are already on fire, but they snap that right back up. And that is very impressive. And I just love all the different, lots of direction changes. Like we have, like they'll face different ways very often. And like we have those knees moving up, those silhouettes changing. Bring those arms up to the top. And then boom, that leg coming out the opposite direction as it was before. Oh yeah, see, Sav really gets into it this time. Like look at that. There's that gymnastics backbend coming in. But yeah, these hip hops progressively coming lower and then upper, playing with the levels. Like, see, this part, Lexi really shines. Like, just that fluidity with her body. It just feels like she is so loose. She can move her muscles and her joints in any way that she wants to. Just like every movement, it's just smooth like water. Like, look at that. Just so fluid. And then ooh, into that. And she plays with that tempo here too. Faster there. And then hits this, like this position right here. Like she lets this hold for just a second. And it feels like she hits like slow motion just for a second there. And then you get hit that snappy beat, and we go from these super fluid, like wavy circular motions that she's been doing. And then now you've got these sharp, linear, angular motions to contrast it. And then boom, like that leg motion coming right in the opposite side as we just were with that long arm, switching up the space that we're using, and then having it be in that side profile makes it a lot more impactful. You get this negative space between the legs. The silhouette changes a lot more than if we were to kick forward. If you're like all the way back in the audience and we do a kick just facing forward, not that impactful, right? But if we're doing it to the side, now you really see it. So that's great here. And then obviously that synchronization. I mean, they nailed this. Like they're literally all, their knees are all at the exact same angle in every single frame. Like when you can slow down the frame by frame that much and it's still that good, that's how you know. That's how you know. And then having this direction change, like those like big movements, and then you follow it up with just these little isolations of the knees and the toes. Really nice. And then playing with the different levels that they're at here. Great job.
I've been so fed up all week. Stupid boys ain't what I need. Lately you've been draining all my energy.
And then this again, like those very sharp staccato movements. Again, the facials slay.
Ain't what I need.
But then contrast it with this like long, exaggerated, fluid hip circle. But then you've still got the hands to match the beat at a different pace than the hips. And it's really nice. It's really satisfying.
All my energy. Doing what I need. Lately you've been draining all my
And then this is a part I would have liked to see from a farther back angle, from a full focus, just because the contrasting arms, I think, would, like this windmill. I mean, look at, they're perfectly aligned to make a straight line with each of their arms. So I think that windmill, that like opposing windmill would have looked really cool if we could see it a little better.
energy. Don't think that I'm sweet. Will you gon' make me tweak? I love my body. Will you gon' make me tweak? I love my body. How that my emotions till I reach my peak. I love my body. How that
Like, see,
will you gon' make me tweak? I love my body.
like, look how Lexi just really lives in that moment, especially on this first one. Like, she's living there for just a moment.
How that my emotions till I reach my peak.
And then love this neck release moment here. Always love when they throw the head back. It just hits. Like most of the time in the dance, they're looking at the camera. So whenever they have those moments where they like turn away from the camera, like right at the beginning of the chorus, and it just hits extra hard when they end up looking back at you, just because it's not something that happens often. So it's very much an attention grabber.
My peak. Don't think that I'm weak. How that my emotions
And then again, like these quick, snappy, sharp movements,
till I reach my peak.
and then followed up
Don't think that I'm
with these super controlled, slower ones where it feels like they put themselves in slow motion just for a second. They really play with that tempo where it's like they have that defined start, but then it slows, but then they still have that defined finish. So it's like they start the movement quick, slow it down, finish it quick. And it really hits when you can play with tempo like that, and then having that contrast from those fast movements right before it.
weak. Will you make me? I'm too crazy. Boy, don't trust that
Ugh.
weak. Will you make me?
The acting here, so good. Her facials, and then this part, like, ooh, with all the hair flipping, the side to side, the drama, the desperation. You love to see it. She killed this.
Boy, don't trust that blind line when I make it out alive. You make me. When I make it out alive.
And then I always love like domino effect posing like this, where they just are each doing different poses in that domino effect. It's just, there's something really satisfying about it.
You make me.
And like they're each hitting different angles and different silhouettes each time. Like that is very purposeful, so that like they're each using like different pieces of the space around them and creating different looking silhouettes on different levels and all that. So it's just so satisfying to watch.
Alive when I make it out alive. You make me. The way I am, you can't deny. Just wanna let you know.
And then having the focus like be on Sav at the front for the most part, but then switch it over to Lexi right at the end. is just like a nice way to like change the focus of the shot and of the choreo. And see, again, there's two of those dramatic moments right in front of each other. They hit that head release right on the keychain and then whip it around and then come back. And that just makes it extra dramatic, like those very quick direction changes. It's like, we're here. Like, it's intense now. And then love this here, like those big movements with the arms up, and then you keep it down and in the center for this, and then spread it right back out again. So just that contrast in the amount of space you're using makes each of those moments more impactful when it's contrasted with like a smaller movement. Ooh, like this spin alone is already so good. Having that leg and that knee come out first, like really using up like getting that full silhouette, opening it up before closing the spin makes it extra dramatic, and it just like, it gives them a lot more momentum, like having that knee and that hip open up first. So like double whammy there. You get the extra momentum from the snap of bringing that hip and that knee inwards, but then you also get like that extra quick silhouette change of being open to the side and then closing it off right away. And it just makes the drop to the knees extra unexpected because you already have the big moment of the spin and you don't expect them to drop right after that. But then boom, and then you get the hair flip too. The drama. And then this is great here, like spreading out that silhouette, getting that leg and that arm out to the side, using up all that space around them, making the moves as dramatic as possible, like sharp with that grab, and then bring it in. And then another hair whip, back onto the knees. So smooth, so dramatic. Like they just play into that intensity so good. And then they calm it down for the end and walk it off. The attitude with the walk off. Perfect. Yeah, the choreo, like the full choreo, it makes me like the song even more. And that's always a sign of a good performance, when it can make you love a song extra just because the choreo makes it hit harder. And they did such a good job of that. So really big fan of this one. I think I like this choreography better than the Little Miss choreography, even though I liked Little Miss, the song, better than Tweak as a song. But this performance, I think, hits even harder. So yeah, they're on the up. I've loved seeing the success that this song is getting. Their iHeartRadio performance was incredible. Their unreleased song that they did was stunning. And I can't wait to see what they come out with next. I definitely expect like an album or an EP within the next few months, considering they've already got songs they're working on. So I'm very excited to see what they have to offer. And I hope I'll get to see them sometime this year. I'm going to LA soon, so they should have an event or something while I'm there. Hit me up, guys. But yeah, I'm definitely here to support them, and I hope they see great success. Please make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed the analysis. Comment down below all your thoughts. Which choreo was your favorite out of this one or Little Miss? If you want to see my music video reaction or either my music video or choreography reactions for Little Miss, those are all in my Girlset reactions folder. And make sure to hit subscribe so you don't miss any more of our reactions, because we will definitely be here whenever their next release drops. We will be here to support, to analyze, to react, to do it all. And yeah, Patreon link is also in my description and in my bio. You can check that out. And best way to support the channel, we got daily uploads over there, and we watched their cover of Week over there recently too. So come check it out, and I will see you next time.